Welcome to India Business Insights. Today, we are diving into a pivotal tool reshaping India's trade and manufacturing landscape: quality control orders or QCOs. Ever wondered how India ensures the quality of products in its markets and protects its industries from substandard imports? QCOs play a crucial role in this endeavor. In this video, we will unravel what QCOs are, their impact on various sectors, real-world examples, challenges faced, international parallels, and the global trade regulations. From cheap toys to substandard steel, India has long battled a flood of low-quality imports, many of them from China. But over the past few years, the Indian government has started using a clever, under-the-radar tool to fight back: quality control orders or QCOs. You have probably never heard of them, but they are reshaping India's trade landscape and quietly protecting domestic manufacturers. In today's episode of India Business Insights, we will decode what QCOs are, how they work, and why global exporters are getting nervous. We will also look at real-life examples, explore international comparisons, and examine the challenges India faces in using this tool effectively. And if you care about India's economic strategy, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. A Quality Control Order or QCO is a notification issued by the Indian government that makes it mandatory for a product to meet a particular Indian standard, usually one issued by the Bureau of Indian Standards or BIS. Once a QCO is issued for a product, you cannot manufacture, import, store, sell, or distribute that product in India unless it has a valid BIS certificate. And this rule applies equally to Indian companies and foreign exporters. Why QCOs matter? At first glance, this sounds like just another quality check. But in reality, QCOs are India's smartest non-tariff barrier. Why? Because they stop dumping, the practice of selling cheap, low-quality goods in India, often at prices below production cost. They also protect consumers from unsafe products, improve product quality across the board, force international manufacturers to respect Indian standards, and help domestic industries survive unfair price competition. Real examples of QCOs. Let's look at some real-world examples of how QCOs have been used. Toys 2020. Cheap, low-quality toys from China were everywhere. In 2020, India brought toys under a QCO, BIS certification became mandatory, and imports dropped by over 70%. Only serious players remained. LED lights and control gear. A QCO here forced all sellers, domestic or foreign, to meet strict efficiency and safety norms. This helped Indian manufacturers and improved product quality for consumers. Air conditioner compressors. ACs were being assembled in India with cheap import compressors. A QCO ensured only certified energy-efficient compressors could be used, giving a boost to local production. Steel and auto components. Critical safety parts like brake systems, axles, and specific grades of steel now require BIS certification. This has reduced the dumping of substandard parts from abroad. But what if there is no BIS standard? Here's an important detail. QCOs only apply to products that have a BIS standard. So if a product doesn't have an Indian standard yet, the government cannot issue a QCO for it. In that case, BIS and the concerned ministry often start the process of developing a new standard, but this takes time. Until then, that product remains outside the QCO system. How the certification process works. Getting a BIS license isn't easy. Companies, whether Indian or foreign, have to apply for certification, submit product samples for testing, get their factories audited, and renew the license regularly. Foreign companies even need to get BIS officials to inspect their factories abroad. For low-cost exporters, especially in China, it is often not worth the hassle. Challenges and criticism. QCOs are powerful, but they are not perfect. Here are some real challenges. Number 1, impact on MSMEs. Small Indian businesses often struggle to meet BIS norms especially if testing labs are limited or located far away. Number 2, slow approval process. Delays in getting BIS certification can cause major supply chain problems, even for high quality manufacturers. Number 3, short term market disruptions. When QCOs are suddenly enforced, it can lead to shortages or price increases, hurting both retailers and consumers. Number 4, global pushback. Countries like China and the US have challenged India's QCOs at the WTO, accusing India of using them as trade barriers. International comparison. But here's the thing, India isn't the only country doing this. China uses the CCC mark, which is mandatory for over 130 categories. European Union requires CE marking for electronics, toys, medical devices. USA has FDA, FCC, and UL certifications that are mandatory for specific categories. So QCOs are actually part of a global system of non-tariff regulations, all aimed at consumer safety and industrial fairness. WTO rules and India's strategy. Under WTO's technical barriers to trade agreement, QCOs are legal, but they must be non-discriminatory, transparent, based on legitimate objectives like safety or environmental protection. India usually notifies its QCOs through the WTO platform in advance. Still, as QCO coverage expands, we can expect more pushback, especially from large exporting countries. What lies ahead? The Indian government is now going big, planning 65 new QCOs covering over 500 products, from chemicals and apparel to smart meters and bicycle parts. If implemented right, this could dramatically reduce low quality imports and help India move towards zero defect, zero effect manufacturing. Quality control orders may sound like a technical regulation, but in reality, they are shaping the future of Indian manufacturing and global trade. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your network, and don't forget to subscribe to India Business Insights for more deep dives into Indian business, policy, and strategy. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.